Just as Islam teaches that mankind is composed of both physical body and a material soul, it is only natural that as the body occasionally has to fight away impurities and irregularities of physical disease and their effects, likewise there exists spiritual diseases which perhaps are more dangerous, which also have their own effects upon the human soul and psyche. One such disease is the disease known as pride. Now, just to pause on the word pride, it may be more accurate to say excessive pride, as pride in itself in some instances can be a good thing. We can be proud, for example, or have pride as followers of Ahlul-Bayt 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗧, peace and blessings be upon them, as we are following what we should be following and thanking the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, we have pride to be servants of Allah Almighty. However, what we're talking about is kibr, which doesn't translate exactly to pride. However, we may use excessive pride just to have more clarity, inshallah. In Al-Kafi, it is reported that Hakim, a companion of the 6th holy Imam, Imam Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq, peace and blessings be upon them both, this companion came to the Imam, peace and blessings be upon him, and asked as to what the lowest, and I want you to concentrate on this word, the lowest or most introductory initial stage of disbelief and apostasy was. Imagine the words that are being used here. To which the Imam, peace and blessings be upon him, replied that the most basic stage, so this is a stage that brings you closer to kibr, brings you closer to ilhad, brings you closer to apostasy. The most basic stage of apostasy, ilhad, is kibr, is excessive pride. This is why we must be very wary. It's hard to understand such a narration, it might be quite a heavy one, without first pondering over its meaning, as is the case with most, if not all narrations. However, once one does ponder over its meaning, and inshallah we'll clarify slightly here, it would become clear that what is intended is that such a state, namely kibr or excessive pride, is an extremely unhealthy one, which often results in viewing oneself as superior to others and viewing others as being somehow less than you in value or worth or what have you. Such an attitude is in itself a step towards shirk, polytheism. You can now see the danger here, the steps that this khasla or this attribute can have to a human being. It is to consider yourself as superior to others when only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the superior one. He is the one above all creations. This is why it brings you closer to shirk. You start to, in a silent or an indirect way, start to take some of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the mutakabbir. He is the Almighty One. So you start to see yourself superior to others, when in reality you have not created yourself, and therefore any superior trait you display is not something to demonstrate your pride in. Rather, it is a blessing from Allah the Almighty, which one should never be arrogant about.